welcome to my channel. As you can tell by the title, this is a 911 story time video about the time that a child got lost. Now, if you are interested in becoming a 911 dispatcher, you are going to learn very soon that the first day of school, well, really like the whole first week of school, is like gonna be one of the times that you encounter the most calls about children being lost. Children are some riding the school bus for the first time. They might get off at the wrong stop or whatever the case may be. But this story in particular really kind of touched me a little bit because I took I took one of the calls and then heard someone on the radio. So anyway, let's get started with the story. It was the first day of school, so it was in August, this past August, actually right before I left 911. It was in the afternoon, probably about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and we were getting a lot of calls. That time, or around that time of the day, we usually get a lot of calls because that's when people start driving home from work and stuff, so it's usually accidents and all that good stuff. So I'm sitting at my console and answer the phone. 911, what's the address of your emergency? And this lady is hysterical on the phone. She's like, ah! Like screaming, and I'm like, okay, I need you to calm down, ma'am, because I can't understand what you're saying. So she begins to tell me that her son never arrived home from school off the school bus. And she was really concerned because they had just moved and she didn't know if he knew exactly where they lived. And so that in our system, that protocol or that call type is not a missing person. That would be a lost person. So I got her address, got her phone number, put in the lost person call type, and then I began to get a description of the child. She said he's a black male, he's about 8 years old, he was wearing a green shirt, some black pants, he has like a, Pokemon backpack. She's giving me his description and everything, but she's still hysterical. She's driving around and I'm like, okay, ma'am, I need you to go to your house so that the officers can meet you there. She's like, no, I'm not going to my house. I'm going to go look for my baby. I was like, I understand, ma'am, but we need somebody to go to your house to meet the police when they arrive. And so she said that her husband was out driving in the neighborhood to look for him. So that was, really good. So she went back home and I stayed on the phone with her until she got home. On a call like that, you don't necessarily have to stay on the phone with a caller. So once she finished giving me all of the necessary information, we disconnected. About 2 minutes later, we get a key up on the radio from one of the fire departments. And it is, one of the firefighters saying that, they just had a walk-in of a child. And then I was like looking at the call, because as the call came in, they were asking for the police to come over. And I'm looking at the call notes, because anytime an officer keys up, you have to put in a call of service, or a firefighter, so that they can send officers to the fire department. So the fire station. So I'm reading the description and I yell across the room, that's my lost person. And the person who was on the phone with the police, with the fire department, I sent her a message, this is the kid's name, ask him if that's who it is. And sure enough, it was. Like, that was such a blessing. The police hadn't quite arrived at the caller's, the mother's home yet. So I called her and I said, ma'am, we found your son and he is at the fire department, which is, and she was like, are you talking about the one that's right here on, blah blah and blah blah? And I said, yes, that's it. She said, okay, I'm on my way. And I said, okay, what kind of car are you in? So I can let them know that it's you when you pull up. So she told me the type of vehicle that she was in. And so she was able to be reunited with her son. And that just made me feel so good, because that kid knew that the fire department, that they were there to help him. kids know, they know those things. They know sometimes where to go in the case of an emergency. And this kid did just that. And it was so poignant to me because this time in our world, in our culture, people don't really care too much about firemen and police. They probably more so police officers. I think that they are just really against them when they're there to help. And so that just really did me a solid, did me one really good. And it made me feel good inside to be able to speak to that lady and then call her and let her know that there's no need to fear. Your son is safe and out of danger. That's one of the heartwarming stories of 911. It started off scary, but we found the kid. He went to a safe place. So that was that story. Definitely a tearjerker. I probably would have cried. Who knows? I don't know. But it was just a really good story. So I hope you all enjoyed that story time. I know it was pretty quick, but I appreciate you for watching, and definitely stay tuned for other videos. And please make sure that you rate, comment, and subscribe to this video. Also, make sure that you hit that notification bell so that you can know whenever I post. Thank you guys and have a great day. Bye.